Hey YouTube, it's your boy D7 here, and I wanted to do an update video for the jailbreak on 3.1.3. I'm going to show you how to access this through the Red Snow loophole. Okay guys, but I need you to listen up real carefully. This does not work for every device. I'm going to tell you what this does work for, and again, listen carefully. This will jailbreak the iPod Touch 1st gen, the iPod Touch 2nd gen, non-MC model, meaning the older version of the iPod Touch 2nd gen. If you have the MC model, you will not be able to use this jailbreak. This will not work with the iPod Touch 3rd gen. This will work with the iPhone 1st gen, the iPhone 3G. This will not work with any 3GS, regardless of old boot ROM or new boot ROM. Do not attempt this if you have 3GS. And just to go back, if you rely on an unlock for your 3G, do not attempt this. You will lose your unlock. Whereas true, you will be able to jailbreak if you rely on another SIM card, not the original SIM card, then you will lose your signal. Okay? If you are on a legit SIM card, AT&T for US, O2 for UK, then you are good to go. If you rely on another SIM card, do not attempt this. Okay guys? So I'm not just going to talk, I'm going to show you. I've been testing this pretty much all last night and a little bit of today. I'm going to show you on my iPod Touch 2nd gen, older MC model. Now let's start from beginning. Of course you're going to need to come to Apple and download the new iTunes 9.0.3, sorry. I'm going to show you that I am on the latest iTunes there, and of course with that we can access the latest firmware, which is 3.1.3. You can see that I'm already running 3.1.3. All you would need to do is click restore, and then you will be able to back up or don't back up and restore to the latest 3.1.3 firmware. Okay, so we have two applications here, two softwares. One will be for the iPhone 1st gen and iPhone 3G and iPod Touch 1st gen, which is Red Snow 0.9.2. okay, and again in the video description I will have these well descripted so you won't be downloading the wrong one by accident. Okay, and then on the right hand side we have the newly modified by Muscle Nerd for iPod Touch 2nd gen users, non-MC model, which is Red Snow 0.9.4. Now this works with Windows and it works for Mac users. The process is exactly the same. I'm going to show you on Windows. These are the softwares. The process is exactly the same. Now of course I've got my iPod Touch 2nd gen plugged in via USB. You saw on iTunes I was on 3.1.3. You can see that I've already tested this. I have Cydia. I will click on that as well. I'll just show you in settings that we're running on 3.1.3. And let's begin. So for iPod Touch 2nd gen users, non-MC model, we're going to need to use in the download link the Red Snow 0.9.4. okay, and we're just going to need to run the program as normal, and it looks exactly the same. We will need to browse for the 3.1.2 firmware. Yes, you heard it right. Although you have updated your device to 3.1.3, we are using the loophole by we're pwning the 3.1.2 firmware. Okay guys, and again all the firmware 3.1.2 downloads are in the video description. So again, our device is on 3.1.3, but when it asks us to look for firmware, we're selecting 3.1.2. Okay, and it will pop up. We have the non-MC model. Again, this will not work with the new MC iPod Touch 2nd gen, and we can click next. Okay, now all options are the same. We can still use verbose boot, we can still use custom logos, custom recovery, and you can even flash NOR. So if you get bored of it, you can just change your boot logos after you've done the jailbreak without restoring. Okay, so I'm going to use it as is. I'm just going to install Cydia. You can choose to use custom boot logos or recovery or verbose, but I choose not to at this stage, so I'm going to click next. Now what we need to do next is make sure our device is turned off before we click next, because it's going to give us steps to go into DFU mode. So I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. You can see that my device was already on, so I'm going to switch it off. So let's slide it off. Wait for the wheel to tick round and then the screen goes blank. Now we're ready to click next. So click next, and straight away you will have to hold the home button for 3 seconds, home button and power button for 10 seconds. Release the power button and keep your thumb on the home button for around 30 seconds. And I'm just going to bring the camera up so you can see that as it's counting down, it was giving me instructions. And we can let go of the home button as soon as you see the bright white screen. And you'll get a pop-up saying that Red Snow's finished doing its bit. We can click finish and the rest of the jailbreak will take place on your device. Okay guys, so we are on 3.1.3 and we have Cydia. Don't forget guys, there are 2 separate downloads. They will have descriptions on them so you can't download them by accident. There will be one Red Snow purely for iPod Touch 2nd Gen, and there will be one Red Snow for iPhone 1st Gen, 3G and iPod Touch 1st Gen. Again, do not attempt this if you have the newer MC2G iPod version. Do not attempt this if you have the iPod 3rd Gen, and do not attempt this if you have the 3GS, any 3GS model. And again, if you rely on an unlock for your 3G, do not go near this. Okay guys, again, if you want more updates, I'm on Twitter. You can, over here I'll have the link, you can come follow me for latest updates on jailbreaking for 3.1.3 and general news. And I will also have the Dev Team's blog and I Hate Snow's website, because I know those are the 2 guys that are going to be doing the proper update jailbreaks for this firmware. Okay guys, so the first time I clicked on Cydia it took around 3 minutes to load, so if it takes you a while to load up Cydia, do not give up on it. The first time you click on Cydia it might take up to 3 minutes. I'm not sure why that is, but you can see it is working, it's fine. There's no problem with it. I did pre-test Winterboard, everything works great, but the first time you do click on Cydia it could take you up to 3 minutes. Don't give up, just carry on, stick with it, and this will work. Okay guys, anyways, if you need if you want to follow for further updates, again, Twitter's in the sidebar, all the downloads, I'll have all the descriptions so there'll be no confusion. I'll check you guys real soon. It's your boy D7. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys real soon.